गाइस, शुरू करता हूँ। अल्लाह के पाक नाम से, बड़ा मेहरबान और निहायत रहम करने वाला है। आई होप you will be enjoying good health and position. Today we will start with chapter number 3 in financial management, which is time value of money. Uh, Basically about what is the importance of time, what is the importance of interest, what is the importance of investment, and how we can increase or raise our investment after a period of time. Time value of money chapter consists of five main topics. The first is the interest rate, the second is simple interest, the third is compound interest, the fourth is amortizing a loan, the fifth is compounding more than once per year. Now, what are these five topics? We will study one by one. First, the interest rate. We define interest rate many times in the class that it is rental charges of the amount you borrow from someone, and when you pay back that amount you pay some rent on this rent is known as interest rate. Same, we can define that interest rate in terms of the amount which you borrow originally is not only payback, but the payment for the time for which you borrow that amount is also made, and this extra amount which is paid over the principal amount borrowed is known as interest rate. Simple definition, these two are the most simple definition of interest rate, but I think you people must be very comfortable with the first definition, that is about rental charges of the amount of money you borrow from someone, that is known as interest rate. Now the discussion continues. Which would you prefer? $10,000 today goes to your pocket, or $10,000 in 5 years goes to your pocket? Obviously, $10,000 today. Like there is a famous quotation: "A bird in hand is better than two in bushes." So this fit best in this type of case. Like the money you, if you are investing somewhere, your amount of money, and if the return on that investment is quick, like within a year, within a month, within a week, you will invest without searching, or without inquiring the asset where you are investing. But if the amount of return of or return on investment of amount is long term, after 5 years, after 10 years, you must inquire the asset in which you are going to invest. Same we apply here, but the main focus of the chapter is about the time. Time is the most important factor for which you pay. Like in the interest definition we discuss, and we say rental charges for the payment, rental charges on the amount you borrow for someone for the time period. So the time is basically we are making extra payment to someone for time. We can fit this thing into a general life example as well. Like if you do online shopping, and if you need delivery in 24 hours, you need to pay extra delivery charges on that. But if you need to if you do online shopping, and if you say that okay, well, give me this dispatch me this product after 1 week or after 2 weeks, it's I'm okay with it, then you are not going to pay extra charge. But normal delivery charges that is fixed, like 100 or 200 rupees you have to pay. But if you need quick delivery, you definitely pay more than 200 charges for that. So that special charge which you are paying is basically about the time in which your need is being fulfilled. So interest rate is this. So obviously $10,000 today will you prefer? You already recognize that there is time value to the money. So the money which you are paying to someone, in that case when you are borrowing investment or when you do an investment, that is up for the time. So time is purchased in terms of financial management subject when you are doing investment or when you are taking investment. It's also been followed by banks, that they give you loan on interest, and you don't have money but you have needs. Everyone need, like today everyone need car, everyone need this type of facilities, mobile, laptop, and when they borrow this facility from the bank on loan, they have to pay that back on basis on interest as well. And this interest is basically the rental charge of the time period which you follow. Like loans are normally given by the bank from 3 years to 5 years, and you pay back these things from 3 to 5 years in that period. Type of interest, there are basically two type of interest. First is simple interest. What is simple interest? Interest paid on only the original amount of principal borrowed. Like you borrow 5,000 rupees from someone and you give back 5,000 rupees after that period of after that time period which we have committed between two parties. Same amount is given, not a single extra amount, single extra rupee is even given more than that amount. You borrow 5,000 rupees and you give 5,000 rupees. This is known as simple interest. Only the principal amount is returned, only the principal amount is paid back. Second type of interest is compound interest. Interest paid on the previous interest earned as well as on the principal borrowed amount. Now, what is compound interest? That is basically the interest which is forbidden in Islam, which is being followed by commercial banks, which is being followed by many financial institutions in all over the world. They give you, for example, 5,000 rupees. They give you loan of 5,000 rupees, and they give you a debt on 5% interest rate. It means 5,000 and 5% annual means your 25 your 250 rupees extra will be charged every year. And if they have given loan to you for 5 years, it means 5,250 1 year. Then second year, second year interest will be charged on 5,250 rupees, and it will get to 5,750. Then in third year it will charge interest rate not on principal amount of 5,000 but on 5,750 rupees. Same thing will be continue. So you have to pay interest not on the principal amount but on the extra additional amount of interest which has been added to your loan every year. We will get to know this detail in next slide. First, we have look at simple interest formula. What is the formula? Simple interest, SI is used for simple interest, is equal to P naught, which is deposit today, or you can say present value of deposit which you have today. I used for interest rate per period. N is used for number of time period. Number of time period means number of years in which you are taking that interest. So SI simple interest is equal to deposit today P naught into I interest rate into N number of time period or time period for which how many years you are taking that loan. Let's have a look at an example. Assume that you deposit $1,000 in account earning 7% simple interest for 2 years. What is accumulated interest at the end of second year? Now here the author is giving you an example that you have deposit present value or principal value or deposit today in your account $1,000 and you want doing investment, you are giving loan to someone at 7% simple interest for 2 years. What is the accumulated interest at the end of second year? SI simple interest is equal to P naught deposit today. I is for interest, N is for number of years for which you have making that simple interest loan. Now, if you put values in that, $1,000 we put in principal amount, principal value today, present value of that deposit today, and I 7% we divide 7 divided by 100. Whenever there is percentage, please remember students, whenever there is a percentage, you divide by 100. 7% means 7 multiplied by 1 by 100 or 7 divided by 100, which we get 0.07. So putting values, $1,000 present value of deposit you have, I for interest 0.07, 7 has divided by 100 here. N is for 2 years, like you see if in the example in the question where the rate simple is for 2 years means for 2 years, but N is for 2 years used for time period. So we get simple interest is equal to $140. So if you see this slide, you will get to know how simple interest is calculated. Only the principal amount of on the base of 7% interest is being returned back to the lender. Now, simple interest future value, how we will determine. What is future value of deposit? Future value of deposit is value at some future time of present amount of money or a series of payment every at a given interest rate. Today you have $1,000. After 5 years, will your $1,000 grow or will your $1,000 decrease? This decision is being taken in simple interest case by calculation of this formula. If you look at the formula is future value FV is equal to P naught present value of deposit today plus SI simple interest. What was simple interest? Simple interest formula we studied in the last slide, and we can solve an example. SI is equal to P naught into I into N. So we have $140 in the previous slide of simple interest, and present value of deposit $1,000. It means future value in simple interest of $1,000 after 2 years will be $1,140, $1,140. So this is future value of that deposit which was asked which was asked in that question, that you have $1,000 today, how much you will have it after 2 years. So simple interest we calculate and future value we calculate it, we got it to $1,140. Now if you see in the at the end last paragraph of the slide, there is a future value is the value of some future time of present amount of money or series of payment evaluated at the given interest. Today you have, for example, if you today you have 40,000 rupees, how much amount is 40,000 will get after 5 years. So if it is given on simple interest formula, if you give this money on simple interest formula, the future value of this will be, for example, you will put this value into you will calculate simple interest for 5 years, 40,000 into I is for example at 10%, 10 divided by 100, which means 0.01%, 0.01%, and then you will multiply it with number of years, that is 5, you will get that answer. uh, I will solve this one two numerical on a simple white page, and will upload the picture in your group so you can have a look at there, and you can, inshallah, you will learn how this formula is numerically solved. But these slides are very much self-explanatory as well. Still I will solve one two numerical. I will give some of them to in your assignment as well, so that you will get to know of reading slide, of reading this chapter, of reading this part 1 of this chapter, time value of money, and after listening to my lecture, you will inshallah came to know how these numericals are solved or how this future value is calculated. But I will also upload a single page, solve it on paper, and will upload a rough paper and will upload that as well, so you will get an clear idea how simple interest of future value is calculated. What is present value of previous problem? The present value of simply the $1,000 you originally deposit today was the value, and present value is what is the current value of future amount of money or series of payments evaluated at given interest rate. Present value. Present value is also calculated in this formula. There is a special formula for that. We will solve in next slides, inshallah. But first, we will get to know clear about simple interest. Present value is uh, how you find present value. Today what you have in pocket is known as present value, and future value is today what you have in pocket, how much amount that will be after 2 years, after 4, after 5, that is known as future value. So we can define present value is the current value of future amount of money which you have in your pocket, or the series of payments. Series of payment means, like today you have $1,000 but you are giving loan to someone, and he will return that loan in installments after in 5 years. So in series of payments, today you have $1,000, and series of payment, when the loan is given back, it gets increase or decrease, that its future value of that amount of money. And evaluate given interest rate. Interest rate is must, whether it is simple interest or it is a compound interest, but there must be interest rate. But the difference is, simple interest you will only pay interest on the principal amount, but in compound you will pay interest annual basis in principal amount as well as the profit you are at the interest annually you are calculated. So at annual basis it get increased. What is compound interest? Let compound interest, now we will have a detailed study of why compound interest is calculated and why we use it. Future value of single deposit, $1,000 deposit. How are we going to calculate it? First year, you see this is a graphic representation. First year, 10th year, 20th year, 30th year. Now if you see, 1,000 rupees on first year is on their principal amount, but after 10 years you see that $1,000 has been increased to I guess to $2,500. After 20th year, it has been increased to more than $5,000, and after 30th year, it has increased after more than $15,000. Now, if you see light blue, there are three colors there: light blue and dark blue. Light blue is for simple interest, that is showing 10% simple interest rate, and that 10% if you see at uh, 10th year, this shows that it's more or less than compound interest, and 10% compound interest, the dark blue color, shows you that it's more than simple interest, right? What does this diagram is showing? That simple interest is a normal interest which is on principal amount only, but the compound interest is more than that because it is on principal amount as well as the interest on annually calculated on that principal amount as well. So it's basically a plus b interest, a interest on principal amount and b interest on the amount of additionally you get on that first year interest rate, then on second year total amount, then on third year total amount. So if you go from first year to 30th year, your compound interest crosses to more near to $20,000, this compound interest. And this is your simple interest diagram. Simple interest is light blue color, sorry. That is about your 10% simple interest, and the second, that is about 7% compound interest, and then the third is about 10% compound interest. If you switch for 10th year, simple and compound for 10 the 7% equal. So it means 3% extra you pay if you are borrowing or loan, if you are giving a loan on compound interest basis. If you are taking loan, it means you will get pay 3% extra than simple interest rate, and if you are borrowing it, you will, it means you are lending 3% more on it, right? So simple interest and compound interest, average difference between this you can see is around 3%, right? Now, next slide. Future value of single deposit. Assume that you deposit $1,000 at compound interest rate of 7% for 2 years. This diagram show you about the year time period: 0, 1 year, 2 years, and more than 2 years. 7% is interest rate. Principal amount is $1,000. You have to calculate future value, like we studied in the last class. Future value of $1,000 after 2 years. This is the formula for that. Future value for year 1 is equal to present value of amount today you have, 1 plus I. 1 is standard formula, plus I is for interest rate, and raised to power 1. Raised to power 1 as you are doing it for 1 year. $1,000 multiplied by 1.07, you get $1070 on future value of after 1 year. Now, if you are doing it for compound interest, you earn $70 interest on your 1,000 deposit on our first year. This is same amount of interest you would earn under simple interest as well. But for 1 year, simple interest and compound interest is same. But if it goes to more than 1 year, simple interest same, but compound interest get higher and higher and higher. So your banking sector in all over the world is giving loans on compound basis. Let's have a look at here of that example, that question, that numerical which you are solving. Future value of for 1 year principal amount, that was the $1,000 multiplied by 1.07. Again, 7% was interest. 7 divided by 100, you get 0.07, and then it's adding 1 to 1.07 and raised to power 1 for first year. For second year, you see future value for second year is equal to future value for year 1, or you can see present value even you can include, but it's you will include future value of 1, that is 1070, because you're doing compound interest. I told you if it is simple interest, you will include principal amount, that is $1,000, but it's compound, you will add the profit, your interest as well in it. So that is then 1070, not $1,000 but $1070 into 1 plus I whole power 1 whole power 2. There is a mistake, sorry, whole power 2, right? So P naught into 1 plus I into 1 plus I, here is a correct one. Future value of our year 2 is equal to principal amount into 1 plus I. Principal amount $1,000 into 1.07 into 1.0, because it raised to power 2. So you get 1144. So you earn an extra $144.90 in 2 years with the compound over simple interest. For simple interest, you are earning only $70 a year, but only compound interest you earn $144.90 extra. So it means for compound interest for one first year is simple and compound interest are same, but if the time period increases from 1 year to 2 year, your compound interest also get increased and increased. This is the detailed formula, general future value formula of first year, future value of 1 year, future value of second year, and this is time period which we have mentioned here. We will see the table. Period 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 years. This is the time period. Interest rate 6%, 7%, 8%. Amount is $1,000 which we study in this. On year one, your future value on 6% is 1.060, 7% 1.070, 8% 1.080. For second year, this is this. For third year, this is this. For fourth, for fifth, for sixth. Now you see, this is the future value of that on different interest base of $1,000 if you calculate it for number of years. As we were doing for second year, so these are $1,000 after on 6% interest rate after 2 years, 7% interest rate after 2 years, 8% interest rate after 2 years. This is just a detail. Main formula which we discussed in the last slides are basic thing. Simple interest, compound interest.